Good day, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, let me discuss with you uh, Autodesk Inventor. Now, there are so many practitioners who are using different softwares, CAD softwares. AutoCAD, we have that. What is the advantage of using Autodesk Inventor compared to other CAD softwares? Have you heard of the word parametric modeler? Autodesk Inventor is actually a parametric modeler. When we say parametric modeler, everything is controlled by either parameters, dimensions, or relationships. Okay? For example, if you want to move the position of a hole in a block, you would change the dimensions or relation that controls the position in a parametric system. That is what is Autodesk Inventor. And there is a reason why a lot of CAD users have switched over to parametric modeling, mainly for two reasons. And what are these reasons? Number one, engineers have much more power and flexibility. The word is flexibility when using the parametric system. The parameters and relationships you set up allow you to have control over your design intent. Okay? What do we mean when we talk about the word design intent? It describes how your design will behave depending on the way you use parameters, such as dimensions and relationships. Now, with the parametric system, you also get what we call associative between, or associativity, that is the correct word, between your parts, assemblies, and your drawings. That is, if you design a part, if you change the design of a part, for example, the change will take effect in any assemblies that is a part of its 2D illustration, and it will update automatically as well. So to start with, when Inventor is successfully installed in your unit, be it a PC or a laptop, you will see this icon here. And when you double click on this icon, by the way, I'm using Inventor Professional 2016. This is what you will see. So if you're a CAD user, the main menu is different, as well as the ribbons, of course. Now, when we open Inventor, this is what we will see. And to start with, in new drawing, we click on this icon here, new, and then you will see the create new file. Now, under the templates, we have English, metric, and mold design. So if we take on English, we have standard INIPT, sheet metal IPT, and we have assemblies here. We'll be discussing that one thoroughly as we go along. And then we have also the IPM, or the presentation for that matter. When we click on the metric system, we still have this IPT in terms of metric, DIN, mold design. We have here the drawing. Okay, and then we have here as presentation files. And talking about the mold design, we have here mold design. No? So to start with, so that you will understand the meaning of the word parametric, let's start our drawing on the metric system. Okay, when we create a drawing in Inventor, Autodesk Inventor, the extension is IPT. What does IPT means? IPT means Inventor part file. Your assembly or sub-assemblies are composed of part files. So we start with a drawing as a part of the assembly. So every time we do it, we select the template here, metric, and then I select standard IPT. After selecting this, you click on the create button. Now it will be loaded, and what you will see on your monitor is this one. Now you see the word part file here. By default, this is the name of the part component. So when you open a new one, it will be part 2. Open a new one, it will be part 3, and so on and so forth, until such time you save, or you save the file, or save as a file for a given file name. No? So here you will see the view cube, the same as with CAD softwares or AutoCAD for that matter. No? Okay. Now here on this page, we have the modeler. So we have here the origin. We have the YZ plane, XZ plane, XY plane, X-axis, Y-axis, and Z-axis. And then we have the center point. We'll minimize this one. Okay. Now, try to take a look on the view cube. By default, we're on the front view. Now we can rotate the view cube, something like that. Or you can click here, something like that. Okay. That's how to rotate the view cube. And then we can rotate it as well as that. Okay. So many CAD users know how to use the view cube. Now we're on Inventor, and to start with, we click here, Start to the sketch. Start to the sketch, you click here, and Start to the sketch. What we have is this one. Inventor will give us the planes. What are these planes? When I hover my mouse, for example, on this plane, now this plane is the XY plane. It means the front view. When I hover my mouse here, this is the YZ plane, and then I will be drawing on the right side view. And lastly, if I hover my mouse here, this is the XZ plane, then I will be drawing on the top view. So these are the three basic views, of course. Now to discuss with you the word parametric. We're starting Inventor, so we go step by step as we go along. If I would like to start my drawing on the front view here, I hover my mouse on the XY plane and simply let mouse click. So you see I'm on the front. Now I can pan using the pan tool here. I can pan it something like that. I can position. And just like any CAD softwares, Well, of course, the first thing you should know is about the line command, right? It's about the line command. So, for example, I would like to draw a line, something like this. I click. I will locate this point. Now you see that green point. It means I've located that point. I click on that, and then I move my mouse. Now Inventor is waiting for me to input a value or the length of the line I will be drawing. So let's say, for example, I type 50, something like that, and then I press the Enter key. What I have is this. So to terminate, simply click the right mouse button and then click on OK. So a line is drawn with a length of 50. So I can click here so that I can position the dimension probably at this portion here. And then what I'll be doing is I'll draw a line again. Right mouse click, create line. I will find this point here and move my cursor above. Okay, something like that. So you see there is an angle 90 degrees. So this line, the next line I'll be drawing is perpendicular to the first line. So let's say I type a value of 25, something like that. I press the Enter key. Then I will continue on drawing. Now you see there is this line perpendicular. Therefore, that line drawn is exactly 50 mm. I click. And then I go down. I find the end point here. Left click again. Right mouse click and click on OK. So what we did is we simply draw a rectangle like that. Okay. And what you see is here on the bottom right hand corner, the drawing is fully constrained. When we say fully constrained, it has the exact dimensions. Now, for example, I will delete this one, this dimension, delete. Okay, I will delete that. If you notice, now this line changes to another color that is green. And if you notice here, one dimension is needed. Okay, so my drawing is not fully constrained. So what I will do, I will simply click here and then hover my mouse, drag, left click, dimension is 50. Now you can click on the check mark button here. And you notice that the drawing is again fully constrained. Now this is our 2D drawing. So I click on the finish sketch, for example. I do like that. Southeast isometric view. I will click on home here. You see, something like that, isometric. So that is how it looks like. And then I click on set current view as home, fixed distance. So every time I click the home view, my drawing will go back on that position. That is the effect of doing it. Okay? There you go. Now, just like other CAD softwares, to create a solid, we use the Extrude tool. So, clicking on this, or hovering my mouse on this icon, you will see a help screen there. Okay? So we click. If you notice, the 2D drawing is properly selected. Okay? But before we go to that, let me cancel out of it. Now here, what is added on part 1 is now sketch 1. This is sketch 1. Sketch number 1. When I hover my mouse and then I click the left mouse button, you will see the submenu. I will uncheck dimension visibility. So the dimensions are not visible anymore, but actually they're there. Left click, right mouse click, you click on visibility. Now, your sketch disappears, but actually it's there. So, so do not worry. So just like let's click something like that, visibility on. Okay, so we have this one. Now let's extrude. Now there are four positions of the extrude. On this direction, on that direction, try to take a look. We can use the icons here or here as well. It's the same. When I click on this icon, for example, here, direction 2, it will be extruded on that direction. Now, by default, it's 10 mm. You can change the value anytime. If you select the symmetric extrude, that will be the result. If you select the asymmetric extrude, this will be the result. Twice here, this value. Now let's go back and select direction 2. We have that. Let's say, for example, we extruded a value of 20 mm. Okay. So let's type a value of 20 mm here. So extruded 20 mm. Okay. Let's make it 30 probably. Okay, 30. There you go. If you're satisfied with the value of extrusion, you can simply click on the check mark button and then it is extruded. Now try to take a look here. You will see extrusion 1. This is the result of the extrusion. And you cannot find now your sketch. The sketch is still there. Try to take a look. I click here. I'll expand. Now sketch 1 is still there. I will double click on sketch 1, for example. This is my sketch 1. So we talk of parametric. Try to take a look. It's 50 by 25. I will edit my dimension. I will double click here. Left mouse double click, of course. Left mouse double click. I have a value of 25. I'll type a value of 15. So from 25, I reduce the height of my drawing to 15. After that, I click on Finish Sketch. You see, what I did on my sketch takes effect on my 3D drawing. That is parametric. Okay? That is parametric. If, for example, here, I will double click on this extrusion button, I can change the value anytime I want to. Say I make this one 40, for example. I type 40 and click check mark. So I can change it. Okay? So you see now what is parametric. That is the beauty of Inventor. Okay. Let's continue. We just started with the line command. We will go with the circle command. Okay. Now let me create another sketch. So I click on Start to the sketch here. I will select this face. I will select this face. I will click on that face. Okay. And say I rotate. I'm now on the top view. I will pan a bit, something like that. Okay. Since I'll be drawing this face, I can now project the geometry of this face. How to do that is simply click here and select this face, left click. You see, the borders now turns into a yellow color. Now let's try to draw a circle. We click on the circle here. I hover my mouse here. If you notice, you can see two lines there. The horizontal and then the vertical line. It means to say, I found the center of the rectangle. So when I click, I am drawing now a circle on the center. Let's say I make this one 15. So the diameter of my circle is 15 mm. But if you notice here, there are two dimensions needed. So I can use the dimension tool. I find the center here, and then dimension. Sorry. If I dimension it, and then I drag it here, so the dimension is 20. That is exactly 1/2. And if you notice, one dimension is needed, which means I need to dimension it with respect to what? To the side. Correct? So I click, I hover my mouse, and then like that. And then I check, try to take a look. So my drawing is now fully constrained. And if you notice, the color of the circle turns to blue. That's one way of determining whether it's fully constrained or not. So if I click on the Finish Sketch button here, I will have that. And here you will see sketch number 2. So this sketch number 2 refers to this one. If I double click here, I will see that. That is sketch number 2. Okay? Click on Finish Sketch. I don't want to see the dimensions. So click, left click, right mouse click, and check dimension visibility. So I have that one. Okay? Now here, again I will use the Extrude tool. Extrude. I hover my mouse on the circle and left click. This is what you will see. So it will be extruded on that direction, a value of 30. But assuming I will create a hole. So to do that, there are selections here. For example, this one is the same as this one. This is cut. This one is also cut. So if I click here, cut. If you notice, it goes down because I would like to cut a hole on this rectangular box. Now the length is out here, but I would like to cut a hole exactly equal to this height. I can click here, for example, and then I can select through all. Now try to take a look. So I cut a hole exactly there. So if, for example, I will use the pre-orbit tool, you will see that a hole is cut there. Okay? Okay, let's span it. Okay, there you go. Now, we will move the position of the hole. And to do that, for example, I click on extrusion here. I click on sketch, double click, left mouse double click. Okay. We will edit this one. Double click here. Make this one, let's say 15. And check. So the hole moves here. Okay. So we touch only one dimension. We change one dimension. And to show you the effect of editing the sketch, I will click on the Finish Sketch button, for example, something like that. And then the hole moves. That is parametric modeling. So it's very easy. Huh? It's very easy. So this is a very short example on how Inventor works. But before that, you can click here. Okay. As of the moment, the name is Part 1. Part 1. So when I click, for example, here, and I click on Save As, now Inventor is asking me where to save my file. And the file name is Part 1. Say, for example, I will save it my desktop. Say, I type this one as example 1, something like that. When I click on Save, if you notice, the name here changes. But we have the wrong spelling, so let's click Save As. And then we have example 1. Okay, save as example 1. Okay. So what we have is that we created a part file, and the name of the part file is example1.ipt. Now let me close Inventor. I will delete this because it has a wrong name. Now you see now, I go properties. So here, Inventor file properties, okay. Here you will see example 1, type of file, Autodesk Inventor part. Inventor part file. The extension is IPT. Okay. And you will see the size here. Okay. So I click on OK. I want to open it. Simply double click on that. And Inventor will open it for you for probably editing your drawing. Okay. Something like that. So that's how easy our first video lecture on introduction to Autodesk Inventor. So we have here our example 1. You see that, okay? And of course, if I click on extrusion, for example, here, okay, you can go like that. Okay, you can change this value, or you can increase that value, something like that. Okay, so Inventor is not that difficult. Huh? So this is the first video lecture on Autodesk Inventor 2016. So as we go along, I will be uploading more videos for you, for beginners who wants to know Autodesk Inventor. Okay, you may subscribe to my channel. Okay, so thank you very much. We'll stop at this point.